Hold on.
Earth, our final frontier. We have traveled deep through space and have found your planet in need. We hope we can help you relax, Earthlings. Relax and join us.
Hello? Okay, there we are. I think it's working. I realized my headphones covered up my little hair I did tonight. Hi Anna, hi Swift, hi Drew. Good evening, Lieutenant John. Welcome aboard. Reporting for duty confirmed. Presence known. So Anna, yes, so hemp flower. I cannot believe I didn't know about this beforehand, but I guess it's pretty new because the Farm Act of 2018, which was I think ratified at like the December 2018, they took the hemp variety of cannabis off the Controlled Substances Act. So if thank you, Drew. We still haven't thought of a name for her yet, though. Um, so hemp is considered cannabis that's less than 0.3% THC. So if hemp is legal in your state, you can buy um, flowers from hemp cannabis, and it has very high concentrations of CBD, very low THC. So it's basically no different than taking like CBD oil, but you can smoke it just like you would smoke other forms of cannabis, but it's legal. So, yeah, I didn't know that either. I've been like tripping out the last few days because A1 like saw something online. There's North Carolina Hemp Company is like right around the corner from us, and like we've gotten like little like tinctures and balms and like stuff from them. And we were on their website looking up something, and we were seeing like jars of like buds for sale, and we're like, I'm totally confused. Like cannabis with THC is not legal in our state, but hemp is. And so I researched it. Hi, Molly. I researched it, and yeah. So it's like smoking the cannabis with THC, but it doesn't have the psychoactive properties to it. But if you need it for like relaxation and rest and things like that, you tend to get like I think a little bit sleepy like an hour later. So I think I'm gonna look at doing some of that to help with like my sleep and anxiety and things like because I've been looking at maybe doing like CBD oil, but I wasn't sure. Um, yeah, but I didn't know that. I'm like, oh my God, I could like smoke a doobie and like it's okay. So I just thought, yeah, I just thought super. Oh, and the CBD oil that's extracted from whether it's the hemp variety or the cannabis that gets you high, it's the same. It's molecularly the same. So, yeah, someone say DB? Yes, Dr. Phil. I was talking about, I just literally learned about hemp flower, and hemp is legal in North Carolina, so I could be buying hemp flower with high amounts of CBD less than 3% THC, and it's perfectly legal. Yeah. So that could tide us over until North Carolina decides to legalize the trippy weed. I know, right? I just think it's the coolest thing. It's like the closest I've ever gotten to like legal weed, but it is. And I learned that marijuana is actually a racist term that was developed by the weed prohibitionist in the early 1900s. There's a ton of story behind that. Not gonna go into it. It has to do with Mexico. Um, but hemp and marijuana, they're the same thing. They both come from cannabis sativa. They're sativa, indica, and oh my god, there's a other lesser known strain that you don't really see anywhere. It produces like really small plants. But hemp and the weed that we know both come from cannabis sativa. But if the plant has less than 0.3% THC, it's considered hemp, and it's grown like totally different. Yeah, I know, Dr. Phil. You're lucky. You're in California. You guys got all that stuff. Not only do you guys have legal weed, you guys are the first state in the country to ban fur sales. Yeah. I think San Francisco is one of the first cities. New York banned fur sales, and just last year, one of the organizations that I donate to was pushing so hard to get this law passed, and California became the first state, the entire state, to ban fur sales, and that goes into effect, I believe, in 2023. So they gave businesses who are making their living off of the fur trade 3 years to adjust. Yay! Oh, Anna, what'd you say? I missed that. They just proposed the best legalization law in the country for Minnesota, so I'm hopeful that goes through. Been shocked my state hasn't anything yet. It's so liberal. Oh, but at least it's on the table. Like North Carolina, I mean, I was shocked when all of a sudden I saw all like the head shops were like hemp is legal, and there's big like look like pot like plants in the window. I'm like, what is going on? But only just now. I mean, hemp's been legal, I think, for like a year or something in North Carolina. Just now did I actually learn about hemp flower, and that led me down to researching about the differences between all the different strains. It's pretty cool. It's a misnomer about how we sort of separate them out. They're all like the same species. They're just like grown differently with different levels. And then the whole thing of marijuana being like a racist like slur back in the day. So I'm training myself to not use that anymore since it has some very like not good beginnings. Yeah, the industry is huge. Okay. Well, oh, thank you. Yeah, I tried. So I went to the Orion Belt last night. We like got a special like Warp 9 drive like party, and I got like some like temporary ink done like while I was there. I would have done more, but I was like running out of time. And I want to do some little ones over here, but then like I messed them up. So I love hexagons. I cannot wait till I get like some hexagon tattoo somewhere. Thank you, thank you. Oh goodness. Welcome to the weed channel. I mean, I know. Well, I wasn't gonna like bring it up on stream, and then Anna, when you were talking about that, saying I had to just go back to smoking weed and having like anxiety and depression, I was like, oh girl, let me tell you what I just learned. I'm like so excited. Okay, so we have another adorable, adorable animal for you guys today. And by the way, I didn't ask, but can you hear my bridge noise, or is it totally quiet? Because I can't hear it. My levels are moving. Okay, cool. Yeah, my levels are moving on my OBS, but I can't hear it in here, even though I have my monitors on. Okay, cool. All right. Just don't want you guys like sitting here in silence. So, as you saw from the title, Rachel is going to bring us the real pika, and it is pronounced pika. Pika, not pika, pika. It's the Ely pika. There's the American pika and the Ely pika, which is named after the Ely province in China where they were first discovered. But where's the pie? The pika! Let's get to it so I don't steal her thunder. Because There we go. Okay. I think maybe it turned off on me. I don't know why. Alright, so let's go over to Rachel and let's see this cute little bugger.
Oh, really big in that screen. Oh boy, okay, I was a little bit broken. Okay. The animal that we found today is the pika. Hello, Lieutenant John. I see you have a new classification. Welcome. Oh, Dr. Phil says that his headset will sometimes do that too. I will make sure to relay the message to Sensei. Holiday Paranormal. Thank you for the 8 database recipients that we are assimilating. Hello, Raiders. Welcome to the SensNet Collective. If you would like to be part of the database, just hit that little purple heart button above, and you'll be able to chat on the bridge with us. Thank you for the shout out, Molly. Right now, we're doing the Animal of the Week. Oh, hello. Hello, Catch-22. Good to see you. Molly, can we give him a shout out? Wow, so many new followers. And Tenacious T, hello, how are you? Thank you for the welcome. And Nos, good to see you again. Oh my goodness. This is a first for the collective. I don't believe the collective has received such an outpouring of subs. I believe the Earthlings call this a sub-bomb. Thank you so much, Dr. Phil. This is so exciting. Wow. And my alert sounds automatically stop making sound. Perhaps you broke it, Dr. Phil. Thank you so much, everyone. If you're lurking or if you just rated, check and see if you have a subscription now. Oh, Dr. Phil, yes, look it, you're the gift leader. Thank you. Who else do we have here? Oh my goodness. I think it's everyone who was in here. Oh, Angel and Nella and Fourfinger. Oh, Dr. Drew. Oh, Janessas. Hi, Janessas. Good to see you back. Thank you, Tenacious. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, each week, the collective scours your Earth and looks for very rare, usually endangered animals. This week, we're learning about the pika. This animal has been popularized in a very, very popular cartoon on your planet. And lo and behold, it is a real creature. We have a little video to watch about them, and then we'll turn it back over to SensNet to talk about how do you wash in space. Let's go watch that video.
A pika. A member of a small community that lives among the tumbled boulders bordering a mountain meadow where they all feed. That's a warning call telling other pikas that this patch is now taken. Pikas start their foraging early in the morning. They eat all parts of a plant, not just leaves, but the flowers as well. But grazing out in the open is dangerous. There are eagles around, so the pikas never stray very far from the safety of the rocks. There may seem to be plenty of food now, but before long there'll be the first flurries of snow, the flowers will die back, and winter will be upon us. What happens then when little is growing? Well, watch what happens to these if I leave them just there. It's not eating my flowers, at least not yet. It's stacking them in a special larder, creating a store that will last it through the hard days to come when this valley will be covered in snow. It'll need a stack several feet thick if it's to survive the winter. The strange thing is that many of these leaves are extremely poisonous. So why does the piker collect them? Well, the poison acts as a natural preservative, and the leaves remain fresh until midwinter. So in the end, the poison works to the piker's advantage. But the piker's preparations are more subtle than they might seem. It takes care to collect a variety of plants. Those with only a little poison will become edible quite quickly, whereas those with a lot will remain fresh until almost the end of winter. Each little piker may make several hundred trips a day, literally making hay while the sun shines.
Okay, well there we go. Now you know a little bit about the pica. Also something that's very interesting about them, they were only discovered in, was it 1980? The Sunset is retrieving their databases at the moment, bear with us. And we seem to have lost our information packet on that. 1983 or 1984, they were first discovered. And then they went missing for almost 20 years, and until they were rediscovered, sightings of them in 2012 or 2013, somewhere around there. Thankfully, 2014, after a 20-year absence. Their numbers are believed to be less than 1,000, so they are endangered. Mainly they're endangered due to climate change. They live on mountains, and they're having to climb higher into the mountains where there's less vegetation, some habitat loss going on with clearing of their feeding grounds for farming, animals, things like that. So, there is an American pica. There's the Ely pica from China and the American pica. Unfortunately, there used to be some pica in Lake Tahoe, but none have been seen for years, and they're thought to be extinct now in that area. So, the more you know, let's take care of our planet. These creatures are waiting on you, all Earthlings, to save them and protect them. And we think they're especially cute. So we will take you back to Sunset. We will see you all next week. Molly, that's a funny Earth joke. With their loud scream, how could they go missing? They are quite loud, aren't they, for such tiny little creatures? Thank you, John. We'll see you next week with another rare endangered animal. Bye.
Okay, are we back? Am I in normal voice? I'm not in Rachel voice, right? Sure to turn it off. Oh my goodness. So Rachel got to welcome you guys. Let me welcome all of the new viewers. Thank you so much. Thank you, Molly. Thank you so much, Holiday, for the raid. Thank you for all the follows. Oh my god. Thank you, Dr. Phil. Oh, Dr. Phil, look at, we made our sub goal. Dr. Phil, we did our sub. And I forgot to do a sub goal. Alright, I'll have to retroactively think of like a sub goal to do. Hey guys. Hey Tenacious T. I remember Holiday actually rated one of your streams. So I got to see one of your streams recently. Sub goal is to make another sub goal. Yes, we shall do it. I did have an idea for, I don't know if I'll do it for this sub goal, but to do a 1940s themed stream. Because I used to do a lot of sort of like 1940s like looks with like hair, makeup, clothing, and things like that. And so I could do this like super creative, like make it look like a retro like stream. I don't know. Thinking maybe I should do that for the sub goal. Hey Dak likes it. I might just like do it. I got this idea. I'm like, I should do it. Cool. Oh, hey Andrew. Hi. Everyone, give a shout out to Andrew. Okay, so we have Tenacious Teen here, and you're gaming streaming, right? You stream gaming. Am I remembering it correctly? Yes. Okay, so Tenacious T, give them a shout out, and then we have Holiday Paranormal. His name is sort of self-explanatory. He does on location paranormal investigations, and then we have IX Studios Cleveland. He is a variety streamer, mainly music though. It's all going to be centered around modular synths and music. Every now and then he pops up with some random cool like streams, so you guys should check him out. And Noise for Anger, he popped in earlier. He's another jungle drum and bass DJ, has an amazing vinyl collection. Oh my gosh, have I missed any other one of you guys? Okay. Okay, so today's Day Science video isn't so much science related, but how many of you know how you would wash your hair in space, in zero gravity? Have we ever thought about that before? I know I hadn't. We all sort of know how the bathroom works, but oh, Tenacious T, you've seen videos. Okay, you're probably going to see the video I'm going to show. It's a short video, but I just thought it was interesting because, like, well, how would this work, you know, in space? And so let's take a look and see. Oh, Andrew does. Okay, Andrew, I'll give you a pass on that one. I'll give you a pass. I'm not surprised you know. Oh, you got to go, Nas. Okay. Okay, cool, Nas. Alright, great. Yeah, the VODs stay up on my channel for 2 weeks, and then I try to post them up on YouTube after that too. So, oh yeah, if you guys have not followed my YouTube channel, please do so. I'm really on a push to get some subscribers over there. Oh shoot, did I not do? Oh, thanks. Thanks, Molly. I can't type. Yes, Molly. Yeah, the YouTube has content from this channel. It has a lot of our DJ streams from the other channel, and eventually it's where I'm also going to be putting all of our renovations of the bus as we work on it. I have, oh my god, I have footage going back like 2 years that I need to dig through and sort out and make some videos. So it has a little variety of stuff. Ah, thanks so much. All right, see you now. Oh, I didn't do alert command here yet. Okay, we'll work on that later. Yes, thank you, Holiday. And the other thing too, like with Twitch, you know, you guys can like subscribe whenever, like donate whenever, bit cheer. But on YouTube, since it's ad revenue is how you generate income, you don't get anything till you're at 1,000 subscribers. So that's like the push to get there. And then if I start getting viewers on my videos, then it can start generating some income. Awesome. All right, let me put on the video. Where is it? It is here. Yeah.
And that is how I wash my hair in space on the International Space Station.
This would definitely be me. I'm not going to cut my hair if I go to space.
Hi there. I've had a lot of people ask me how I wash my hair in space, and I thought I'd show you how I do it. Let's see. To get started, these are the things I need. A bag of warm water, a little no-rinse shampoo, towel, and my comb. What I like to do is start by just putting some hot water, squirting it onto my scalp. And I have a mirror here so I can kind of watch what I'm doing. Sometimes the water gets away from you. and you try and catch as much as you can. Then I just work the water up through to the ends of my hair. Then I take my no-rinse shampoo and squirt it also on the scalp, just a little bit, and rub it in. Again, kind of working it out to the ends. And sometimes I'll actually take my comb to help work it all the way to the ends. And I like to take my towel while I have the shampoo in there and just kind of work it. Because without standing under running water, you kind of need to use the towel a little bit to help get some of the dirt out. I like to follow that by a little more water. It's called no-rinse shampoo, but I think it's best if you use a little water with it. It actually feels kind of squeaky clean right now. Now I'll take the dry part of my towel. We use towels for quite a while here, since we have limited supplies. We use them wisely. There, I think that's pretty good. And now as my hair dries, as the water evaporates from my hair, it will become humidity in the air, and then our air conditioning system will collect that into condensate, and it won't be long, and our water processing system will turn that into drinking water. At the end, I just do one final comb through to make sure there are no snarls and snags, and while it dries, I like to let it stay free. I don't put it back in a ponytail while it's drying. And that is how I wash my hair in space on the International Space Station.
Okay, so there we go. Not as intense as some of the videos we watched. I know we've learned about warp drive and what was it, warp drive and fusion, and did I post a fusion link? I don't know, I didn't. Okay, I did post a Pika link though. So Lady Lunastar, yes, we all rated her last night, literally like the second she rated someone else. So thank you so much. Good to see you. How is everyone today? Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Oh, there was something. Okay, so you notice in the video how they said that their air condensers will dehumidify the air and grab all the moisture that's coming off her hair and it puts it back into their water supply. So I know, and then you were almost gonna raid me. Like crazy how that works, right? It was like, woo, the little universe like antennas were sticking up. Um, so before I watched this video, we've been. Oh, sorry, different tab listing. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was going through. We have like the drum bass DJ streamer in here. We got some painting and tarot artist in here. Holiday Paranormal does paranormal streams. It was such a variety. It's awesome. Yeah, so we're putting a mini split AC system in the bus. We're replacing the top AC units and we're putting mini splits in. And we saw someone that had their mini split and they were taking the condensation from it and putting it back through and making water out of it. And so we're like, oh my God, we so need to do that with the bus. Like the condensation we're going to leave one AC unit on the top. So the condensation from that, the condensation from the mini splits, we want to figure out how to recirculate that back into our water supply. Hey! Thank you for being part of the database. We'll have you in the collective in under 60 seconds. See how fast the AIs work. Yeah, really cool recondensation. Yeah. I think it's a super smart idea. I mean, there's so much water that always comes off of these things. Why not reclaim it? You know, our goal is to try to be able to live in the bus as long as we can before we have to re-up our fuel, our tanks and things like that. Oh, hi Nella. Hello. Some kind of filter like we're. Yeah, I forget the exact process. I just know I saw it and we're totally going to look into it. So we'll have the solar, which should keep us going. We do have a backup generator as a backup, but we're going to do our best to not use it. And then we're redoing our entire water bay because the tanks that are in there right now, like they can be a little bit bigger. The bus wasn't made for what our usage is, so they're sort of like regular size tanks. Please open Plum Branch song from YouTube. Oh, we're getting ready to play games. We're playing some games. We just wrapped up our 2 segments. I'll look that one up though. I'll check it out for next time. How about that? Okay, so we got. All right, yeah, I went off on so many tangents today. I didn't plan on talking about the bus at all, but when I just remembered her talking about catching the moisture from the air, it's like, oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so now let's get into the heart of the stream, Kentucky Route Zero. There are 5 chapters to this game. We're on chapter 4. It was made by 3 developers. It was made over. No, it's actually a photography backdrop. We are in my spaceship. Oh, Hassan, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to wait till next time. Gonna have to wait. Patience, patience. Thank you, Molly. Um, all right, so let me open up Steam here. But yeah, the game, I don't know if many of you, other than people in my stream, have heard of it before. The genre is magical realism. So it's very abstract, but deals with some very serious themes. But the artwork is gorgeous. It's just a point and click story game, pretty much. Sometimes there's options of like responses, but it's a very narrative. Yes, magical realism. Yeah, it's a combination of um like fiction and nonfiction like merged together, I guess you could say. Oh wait, where'd my Steam go? Did I not open up the right window? Steam. Steam, Steam, Steam. There you are. Okay. Ooh, you call your stuff intuitive surrealism. I like that. Oh, you know what? I haven't shown this on screen yet because I haven't done anything with it yet, but Lady Luna, you'll appreciate this. So I've only ever owned one other set of tarot cards. I haven't learned. I was looking at learning and stuff, but I picked up this deck. I just thought it was so pretty. It's all like holograms and stuff. I was really looking for a deck that had some really cool artwork on it. Real quick, I have to show Luna this because she's a tarot reader. Yeah, so this is what the front of the cards look like, and then all the artwork. Look what the artwork is like. Isn't it cool? Yeah, I just thought these were really pretty. Yeah, I just thought these were really, really pretty. So I have that to play around with at some point. It's getting nice and charged up, I guess, as they say. Okay. Yeah, I had to show you. Eventually, at some point, I'll be bringing those out in stream. I just want to make sure I sort of know what I'm doing with it first. Thank you. Yes, Choka. Oh, Choka, you said something earlier. Oh, David Attenborough, yes. Like, there was another video about the pica I was gonna show, but I didn't like the narrator as much. I'm like, oh, come on, we gotta do Attenborough, right? We gotta do him. Okay, let's get the game going. Alright, cool. Alright, let's switch over to the gaming screen. We'll be right back with Kentucky Route Zero. It lags for a little bit while the game's starting. Give it a second. Thank you, Molly. Yeah, I'm so glad you learned that command. Freaking sweet. Yeah, for anyone who is interested in this game, I highly suggest that you buy it for yourself and you just sit down at night in like a dark room and just chill out and just get totally like immersed in the game. The experience is very different doing it on stream. And on Twitch, you're not really getting like the full like immersive experience of it, but it's pretty cool. It's actually just water. I probably should put some ginger in it though. Yeah, it's just good old water. Here are healthy eating habits. We now are water drinkers. We have water, carbonated water, and water that tastes like beer. That's all we have in our house. Okay, so we are on, yes, Act 4. Oh, we're already on Scene 6. Some of the scenes, though, I've seen like up to like 13 scenes, but I actually have heard on Golden, I've heard of Golden Milk, and now I forget. That's one of those facts that I knew at one point, and now I totally forget what it is. Isn't that crazy? Like, I was like, what's Golden Milk? I looked it up, I learned what it was, and then my brain was like, okay, I'm forgetting it now. Ah, the turmeric. Yes, that's what it was. Turmeric and cinnamon. Mmm. Yeah, I've been drinking hemp milk because I learned how much water it takes to produce almonds, and I'm like, holy shit. So yeah, I switched from the almond to the hemp milk, and actually I like the hemp milk. It's a little bit thicker. No. What? Oh, that's right. This was a new part in the game that we had never gotten to yet. Um, there's like two stories going on. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, ginger and turmeric tea and add cinnamon. Oh my god, it sounds delicious. That reminds me of Turkish coffee. Turkish coffee's so good. They put like cardamom and like other spices in it. Mmm. I once mixed a leftover Turkish coffee espresso with like a mocha coffee, and like the combinations combined was like, it was insane. Okay, so which character is Kate? I don't even remember. Is she new? Is that Ezra? That's Ezra the little boy, right? Okay, let's see if we can get our bearings. Oh, we have to pick one? Okay, so Kate gently rolls a fallen branch and plucks something white from the underside. She holds it up for Ezra to examine. She lit a second cigarette, the embers of the first one. She trembled, sweating a little under a heavy coat. It was warmer near the doors, but she was following directions. No smoking within 25 feet of hospital entrance. Huh. I don't know which one to pick. She stood by a hot dog cart, parked at the edge of the sidewalk. Oh, we're gonna do both, okay. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. The common name is angel wings. Isn't that pleasant? They have a delicate springy texture and they're tasty like sweet moss. Would you like a bite? What would Ezra say? I could say, sweet moss doesn't sound very tasty to me. Personally, I like it to be able to tell where my food came from by flavor alone. I like to taste my surroundings. I mean, it keeps me connected to the whole thing. My mushroom hunting mentor told me it's useless to pretend to know mushrooms. They escape your erudition. The more you know them, the less you feel about identifying them. The less sure you feel about identifying them. Speaking of identifying fungus, so A1 loves lichens. And I actually found a class to go to that taught us all about lichens, and we got to like hike in the forest and like identify all different lichens. There's like thousands of species of lichens out there. I had no idea. And on like one bark of wood, when you see like all these lichens and you see these like black lines, those are different lichens all having like a battle over like the same supplies. There's like crazy insane like conflicts going on like a stick. And then the lichens and the algae are in a symbiotic or a parasitic relationship depending how you look at it. So the lichen will be here, and then the algae will sit on top, and the algae like protects the lichens from like all the sun while feeding off of the nutrients or something. I don't know. It's really cool. I never knew like lichens could be so flippin' interesting, but it was pretty amazing. And you can also tell the air quality of a place if you see a ton of lichen. Um, yeah, so the people whose house we went to, the wife either had really bad asthma or some type of like breathing condition. So they moved to an area like more north to get in really nice oxygenated air, and they found a tree on the property they eventually bought that was just covered in all sorts of lichens, and they were like, this is our spot, because lichens will only grow when the air quality is great. So if you see an area that had a bunch of lichens, also doesn't have a bunch of lichens, that means air pollution's gone up. She taps the cover of the small red book she's carrying. That's why I always bring my favorite guidebook. Kate points to a small mushroom growing in the dirt. Oh, here's an important one to recognize, though. Look, see a sort of greenish pallor on the cap? That's Greek. Amanita means mushroom. And phalloids means, never mind. What did that mean? It smells like honey. Yeah, sort of nauseating though, right? Sickly sweet? Death cap, that's the common name. It's killed a lot of with this loa mushroom, including a few Roman emperors. It's a revolutionary. Even the Buddha died from eating a mushroom when he was very old. That's just what they do. Clear away old things, make room for new things. Can you eat it is always a good answer. Yeah, I should have said that. Pretty important, right? I've always thought they deserved a little more respect. Would you like to help me look for a few more? I have a sort of shopping list. Great, look for... Actually, just grab any mushrooms that catch your eye and throw them in this bag. Let me see when we're done and we'll see what you've got. Have fun! That's the second rule of mushroom hunting. This first rule is ask Kate before eating anything, okay? Yeah, Molly. Ask Kate before eating anything. This is so weird. I've never had it where they got like two screens going on. I see her. Kate kneels in the grass. Kate digs in a bare patch of dirt. Kate examines some tree roots. Ezra investigates around stump, pokes around the bare. Kate, she... the death cap? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it'd be like to die from a mushroom. I guess it depends on what the toxins would be. I know so many options. That's the face, Molly. It's the Dizzy Cat gif on the other channel. It's here. Kate examines some tree roots. She spots a couple of intriguing growths along the roots of a tree, a speckled white ball, and a cluster of softly glowing amber cups. A hot dog vendor tries to strike up a conversation with some immediately too personal questions. It's here. Ezra is going to check out a plastic bag that washed up on the island. The bag is ragged and waterlogged. He nudges it with a stick, coiling up with plastic thread and spreading it out on the beach. He didn't like to play in the house. It was always too cold. It seemed to store up the cold at night, then slowly discharge it into his bones during the day, while the sun bounced freely off the windows. Oh, the sun bounced feebly off the windows. But he liked to play in the woods behind the house. He'd taken a knife from the kitchen, selected it for its long serrated edge, meant for slicing bread. Its teeth that reminded him of a saw blade. He was determined to collect some firewood to heat the house. There are no mushrooms in the bag. Your body can't get rid of the poison, so it keeps circulating. What does it do, though? Like, you know how, like, certain, like snake venom will paralyze you, so, like, you can't breathe and stuff, and, like, other poisons will, like, give you a heart attack, and, like, other poisons will, like, melt your organs or something. I don't know. Thank you, Lady Luna! Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, I just got excited. Thank you, thank you. I'll stop in again sometime soon. Are you streaming later tonight, by the way? I could try to stream you later. Or raid you later. Yeah, There's no way I could even get you caught up. It's so crazy. Bye, girl. So if it destroys the liver, then you would eventually, yeah, you would have to be on dialysis. Yeah, your liver wouldn't be able to process the toxins. Ezra investigates a rotting stump. Let's give some hugs. Hugs, hugs. The stump is ringed with overlapping shelves of mushrooms, striped brown, blue, gray, white. A caterpillar crawls along one of them. He didn't have any friends nearby. None of their new neighbors seemed to have children his age, so he played alone in the woods, alone except for the deer. We're like learning Ezra's backstory. We still haven't figured out how he lost his parents. Let's look at the caterpillar. The caterpillar shuffles listlessly across the mushroom. It seems to be dragging several of its legs. An odd brown-black thread protrudes about 2 inches out of its head. He saw strange lights in the trees, flickering purple. He kept going. Ezra carefully picks up the caterpillar and puts it in his bag. Leaves... No, don't put it in his bag. He leaves the tree stump. Ezra closes his eyes and listens to the water and the distant clicking of bats. She decided to give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he considered it part of his job, she thought, to offer his customers some kind of counsel. Maybe it was to salve his guilty conscience for selling junk food outside a hospital. Kate examines the glowing amber caps. The mushrooms are slick, sticky to the touch, like they're covered in smoldering honey. Kate cuts the bundle of mushrooms from the trees and puts them in her bag. Yeah, it's in her bag. Kate tries to wipe off some mud off her boot. Didn't find anything? That's okay. I just found this one. Whoa, what did I miss over here? Ah! He tripped on a protruding root and lay for a while in the mud, examining the pale upper branches of a sycamore tree, listening to the soft rumble of a faraway thunderstorm. Then louder, closer, and his hair stood on end. And there was the bird. Remember the bird? What's the bird's name? Kate takes the bundle of amber caps from her bag. These ones are really cool. See how they kind of glow a little? It's not enough to find your way in the dark or anything, but still pretty amazing. Anyway, I make a tea out of them. Pretty good for headaches. Kate pushed the mushrooms back in her bag. So... you have a brother out there. What do your parents do? Let's ask her what their parents do. What do your parents do for work, I mean? My dad used to sell windows. People were building a lot of new houses and they needed a lot of windows, but then they stopped building houses. My mom worked at a bakery and bar. Sometimes she would see the same people in the morning and the evening. The bakery closed and she doesn't work at the bar anymore, but she still goes there a lot to see her friends. Do you have a family? Yeah, so talking about the baby and she's at the hospital. I almost had a baby once. I got very sick and the thing that helped me was a funny looking mushroom called collared earth star. Basically been on my own since then. Well, that's not really true. Just about everyone who sets foot aboard the Mucky Mammoth feels like family to me now. I guess if nobody's family, then everybody's family. Oh, okay, so Kate's on the Mucky Mammoth. Okay. Okay, I forgot where exactly she was at. I know, Molly. I'm like, oh my god, I'm trying to keep up here. These are the only trees in this whole cave. Who planted them here? Right? Not many trees down here in the dark. I know these are some kind of cypress, and they were definitely planted here deliberately by someone who, I guess, don't know much about this place really. It's supposed to be some kind of memorial to something. We'll know more. Sorry, it's a mystery. Ezra kicks the dirt. Months later, she came across a book in a homeopathic magazine in a used bookstore and bought it. She thought it was mostly bullshit, but I found the author's notes on the unpredictability of mushrooms immediately compelling, spiritual even. She started collecting mushrooms on hikes, never eating them, just collecting, identifying, and discarding. Eventually she connected with the Lexington Mycological Society and began to study in earnest the medicinal uses of fungi. Oh, Holiday, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you very, very much. Cats meowing in the distance. Have a good sleep. Night, night, night. I know it's late for you. Ooh, Ezra examines a large stone monument. The monument is covered with lichen. Yay, we got some light. There's lichen in the story. Holiday signing off. Good night, sir. Well, you just look at that lichen. Ooh, Ezra inspects the lichen. That's for you, babe, because that's what you would do. Call for dozens of cats meowing. I'm like, aren't these cats getting louder? She put out her cigarette and said goodbye to the hot dog vendor and spent the rest of the afternoon listening to doctors and trying to understand the world as they did, as a list of discrete injuries to be mended. A pika! These things are loud. Some of the branches have been trimmed recently. Alright, what have you got? There's some weird colorful moss growing on the stone face monument. Ah, that's called lichen. It's actually part fungus, sort of a weird hybrid. That's what I was saying. There's like 2 parts of it. Oh, Mr. Basic, I love it. I could shoot myself though. 8-Bit offered a double vinyl set of this soundtrack, and I had it in my cart for pre-order, and I forgot to check out, and the next day it was sold out. Dirt. No. Yeah, Choka, I've never quite played a game like this either. That's why I said if you play it like from the beginning and you really like immerse yourself into it, the music and sounds and artwork and just the pace of it, you know, you don't really get the full feel of it because I'm streaming and stuff, but it's really cool. Not really my area of expertise, but some of it has useful medicinal properties. Some of it is poison, the usual. It's beautiful though, isn't it? What do you think that monument is for? I'm not sure anyone remembers. Branches on the tree are trimmed. Oh, good observation. So I guess somebody's still taking care of this place. Or just practicing their tree trimming somewhere out of the way. Well, Ezra, I can't say I know what that all adds up to, like I said. Oh, that's not the Mucky Mammoth? Is that like a totally different boat that just went by with a zillion freaking cats on it? Holy shit, it's the cat boat. Oh my god. Well, I have the soundtrack. The soundtrack you can buy digitally on Ben Babbitt's Bandcamp. So I have the soundtrack digitally, but then they offered the limited edition vinyl. I'm like, oh, that would have been so cool. Look up an old battleship drifting by. Oh, there it is. The Iron Pariah. Don't worry, it's just passing by. Okay, so that ship was called the Iron Pariah with a zillion cats on it. I don't know much about it firsthand, but I've heard things. It was in the Civil War. Supposedly, there's nobody aboard. No people, I mean. Someone told me she got close to it by accident and heard a strange wailing sound. That's I've heard it was in the Civil War. Supposedly there's nobody aboard. No people, I mean. Yeah. I mean, there must be something on there. Life is everywhere. Rats, insects, some kind of hardy mold. Part of it could be flooded and host to some of the eyeless fish that live in the Echo. Maybe there's some mushrooms growing in there, slowly consuming military rations from over 100 years ago. Oh, it's gonna let us pick other choices. I've heard it was in the Civil War. I guess they had boats full of soldiers and supplies going up and down the Ohio River. And they fought on the river, like boat to boat, with cannons or something, I guess. Machine guns? It's like all quiet now again. Anyways, I guess this one just got lost and somehow ended up all the way down here. Maybe it slipped into a cave up north. They're all connected underground. There's another version of the story where it didn't get lost. It was full of deserters. They came down here to hide. Maybe that's why it's called a pariah. More mysteries. They do pile up over time as people forget the details. Okay, so here's Ezra's story. Ezra's parents shook him awake. They seemed alarmed, but not immediately concerned. They led him back to the house, past the house, into the car. Dad said they were going to stay at the bus station for a while, the one with the little arcade with the car game he liked. Dad watched him closely in the rearview mirror, expecting Ezra to be excited or confused or scared, but he didn't feel anything. He hardly seemed to hear. In fact, he felt like he was observing the family car from a distance, from far above, from the clouds. So maybe Ezra is the one that died. His parents are still alive. Mushroom hunting. You can pick apples because they're right out there in the open. Mushrooms hide. You don't have to hunt. You have to hunt for them. Yeah, I'd say I don't think there's anything else here. I say we pretty much got everything. Yep, alright, yeah, time to go. See that rough circle of rocky protrusions near the shore? It's more intricate than it looks. More than 2/3 of it is actually underwater. I haven't seen it myself, but listen to this. It's man-made, and the rocks were placed according to their size. So what's visible is more or less uniformly random selection of the overall shape. It looks like it might be a spiral, all told, or maybe some kind of meditative labyrinth. At the head of it is a petrified oak stump that was moved here from above ground, of course, decades ago. That's where the ceremony took place. The Lock-Lucks were married here. Many frail-tongued observers said they should just go with lock or luck, or split the difference with look or even lick, or really anything else, but it was never going to happen. How did they meet? Oh, there's Billy Luck and Debbie. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Oh yeah, The Last of Us. Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, the Telltale games. Yeah, those are a lot more. What's the word? Not intricate, but man, prison sounds interesting. Okay, Molly. SenseNet will remember that. Alright, so Marge Luck and Errol Locke met in prison. She was a volunteer teaching conflict mediation skills to guards, and he was employed at the side gate accepting deliveries and greeting visitors. Neither one of them once saw a prisoner. Their engagement was welcome news for the family businesses who had been looking for some opportunity to merge interests. Oh, hey, Dr. Phil. Yeah, I suggest you do buy it, and it's like, it was like my nightly meditation. You know, if I had like a stressful day at work or something, I would just put this game on, and you can just like, it's like a visual auditory book. You know, it was so beautiful, and when you're playing it by yourself, there's just a different flow and experience to it. The Locks ran a busy printing press, and the Lucks managed a fleet of bicycle couriers. These were the Locks of Luck Large Animal and the Lucks of Luck family. Now let's do this one. the Naturalink set was to start a local paper, what would become the Echo River Evening Record. The ceremony itself was humble and perfunctory, and it must have somehow involved these rocks. Maybe they walked around with a spiral like a symbol? Probably the rocks marked the boundaries between the two families. Nah, let's walk around the spiral. And it must have also involved that petrified stone. Neither family is particularly religious, but rumors persist that the officiant wore a robe. And all the chapters are out now, Dr. Phil. So we don't have to wait years for the game to come out. Aw, thank you, Nautilus Nuts. Hello again. Yeah, I probably use the Humble Bundle by now. Totally worth it. Hi there, how are you tonight? We are still floating down the Echo River. Shan helped me fix up a mushroom stew in the kitchen. Shan and her friend set out the dinghy to deliver a package to a telephone exchange. Ooh, should we cook something in the kitchen? Or set out on the dinghy? Which one should we do? Grandma says the kitchen. Actually, I did have mushrooms tonight. We eat mushrooms a lot. And actually, by the way, mushrooms are a fantastic anti-cancer food. So for people who are trying to ward off cancer or who are recovering or in remission, look up mushroom diets. Very beneficial. Alright, the kitchen it is. There's so many different type of mushrooms out there. Oh my god. Oyster mushrooms, fantastic. Oh my god, they're so hearty. I cook them and I'll use them. You can use them to make like mushroom scallops, and I've used them in like sushi before. So good. Yes, the Echo River. It's an underground cave river in this game, but I think it's supposed to be the River Hades. There's lots of suggestions that we're sort of like in between realms right now. I had a few of these really big cups with the slimy gills. I shouldn't say slimy, moist. The lady in the video called for portobello, but I prefer never to know mushroom by name. So is this breakfast stew? It will be, but not today. This stew is for tomorrow. It has to simmer all day. Some things are just done better slowly. Unless you got an Instapot. Yeah! We've added the anonymous mushrooms. So next we've got the recipe video on pause next door. I used to follow a recipe I learned from Ida herself, the best cook you're gonna meet on this river. Of course I had a few secret ingredients. She has a good sense to preserve some mystery around her cooking. Better for business. Yeah, 2 days? Nah, screw that. I want my food in an hour or less. If it's gonna take longer than an hour to cook it, I'm out. Yeah, Choka. Yeah, that was pretty cool. There's a ton of mushrooms and lichens down here, isn't there? I don't even like waiting for my tofu to like drain. I'm like, oh come on, freaking press already. Like, drain, are you done? Oh, what I miss? Ida's so shrewd. She swore me to not only secrecy, but to ignorance. I had a promise to forget the recipe just as soon as I cooked it. Let me tell you, it's not so easy to forget something on purpose, as you may think, my friend. When we watched the noodle documentary over in Japan, the way the chef's apprentice is the head chef, like the owner of the noodle shop, doesn't tell them the recipe. They just have to work in the kitchen and they have to figure it out. They learn all the they learn the flavors and everything, and they can taste it and they help like mix it up, but they don't actually like put the ingredients in it. Like, you have to sort of figure that out on your own, and then you go and start like your own noodle shop based on what you learn. So like everyone has like their own individual recipe. I thought that was interesting. Hey Snuffy! Good evening, how are you? Welcome. Ooh, we get to hear some tapes. Oh, let's look at the recipe. Oh, Mr. Basic, that sounds amazing. However you spell the wine thing? Oh, sommelier? Is that what you mean? The person that knows about wine and will like help you like pick a wine? Oh yes, Choco, I've seen that one. Oh, that one's so cool. Yeah, the shop is like what, like a strip mall or something? It like seats like 4 people. That was amazing. Oh, cool, 2 games. They're probably totally different. I can't think of another game that would be similar to this one. We're doing pretty good, Snuffy. We're getting towards the end of Kentucky. We're at 0. Well, not, I mean, we're on 4 out of 5 chapters. Oh yeah, those are totally different, Dr. Phil. Just a bit. A TV, video, crushed tomato, self-serve, and a little ketchup. Here's the thing. No BS, no. Throw in some more of that spice blend we threw together earlier. Stir up that and crack a beer, baby. You'll be here for a while. What did she just say to do? Will's trying to make this stew right now. What was the last step he did? He put a couple mushrooms in, then I think he forgot what he was doing for a little while. Maybe I can help him figure it out. I got kind of sucked into this program. Yeah, that place looked really cool. I wonder if it's even still open. I'll purr. Live sound effects. Was I supposed to do something else with Ezra? I guess not. Oh my god, what are these things down here? Do you guys see those? What is that supposed to be? What is going on down there? Okay. Well. And even that wasn't enough to convince her. So I trained rigorously in the art of forgetting, studying for months under a master amnesiac. Finally, I learned to forget so quickly and accurately that I was able to convince Ida to share with me the most absurd secrets in her kitchen. As a demonstration of my trustworthiness, I forgot the names of my own parents right there in front of her. Every time I wanted to cook this legendary stew, I'd call Ida up on the telephone and she'd ask for a quick temporary reminder. Here on the boat, we haven't got a phone line, so I have to seek out culinary wisdom on videotapes of cooking shows. Yeah, we definitely had to add. Aren't we stopping at the restaurant soon? Did you already make the spice blend? Oh, did you already make the spice blend? Oh, it's you. I thought. Never mind. Hello. Well, I don't know that qualifies as a spice blend, but I spilled the salt in some of Kate's herbal tea here. Okay. Hey there, could I ask you... Wait, what are you cooking? We're stopping at Sam and Ida's in 20 minutes. It's for tomorrow. Oh, well, just don't forget about it this time. I'm not scrubbing up any more boiled over sludge. Oh, speaking of which, we almost ruined like a pot. The oven that I have, the vent doesn't go outside. It just, there's a vent inside the back burner. And we're used to like our little stovetop oven has a timer and it'll just turn off. And when we first moved into the house, we forgot to turn off the oven and we had like a pot sitting on the oven vent. It was just like a hard caked like covering the next day. We're like, oh my god. To Shannon. Sorry, listen, I have a favor to ask. There's a package for the telephone exchange, and I can't get the mammoth back there. Could you deliver it for us? Thanks a lot. I've got the dinghy all ready to go. Oh, we still be able to take the dinghy? That'd be fun. Maybe take your friend with you. One of you can man the outboard motor. The other can aim the flashlight. It's dark. Yeah, the thing that like I learned about cooking, I've done so much cooking now, just like F it, freaking experiment. Like, ooh, we're the next scene. Echo River Central Exchange. Yeah, I like mix up like recipes and like in this one, I have this like curry recipe that calls for like some tomato paste. I never keep tomato paste around. Like I never use it for anything but that. But I have red curry paste, and sometimes if I have spaghetti sauce, I'll just use that. I use red curry paste. I'm like whatever. Like in a bind, I have like crushed up tomatoes in place of like tomato like sauce or something. Kate, thanks again for your help. This is about as far as the tugboat can go. Noise and lights disturb the bats. So you'll pass through the bat sanctuary, which is really nice, by the way. Be sure to check out all the plaques and stuff. Cool bat facts. Plenty of time. Anyway, the Echo River Central Exchange, or excuse me, Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. It changed the name when the power company took over. Anyway, it's just on the other side of the bat sanctuary. This package is going to Poppy. She's an operator. The operator. We'll meet you on their side at Salmon Ida's for our scheduled early breakfast stop. Just follow the river. Can't miss it. So let's see if my idea that we're on the River Hades, like, could the operator be like the, oh my god, what's the creature? Isn't it like a three-headed dog or dragon or something? Oh, who remembers their mythology? What creature guards Hades? I thought you were super hype about the game. The jungle, yes, we're in the jungle. Oh, I almost forgot. You may not be interested. There's this kind of weird memorial sculpture on your way in, just before the Bat Sanctuary. I always recommend people at least stop and take a look at it. It's really sort of... I don't know how to say it. You should just check it out. Okay, bye! Oh, look at Blue's coming with us, Molly. Oh, I can't go over here? I wanna go over there. We claim these helmets in the names of their folks who wore them, and we place them here in their memory, but also as a spit in the greedy green eye of that power company who bought up our old mine and traded our brothers and sisters' safety for a little more yield, but only yielded 28 good men and women dead when the walls collapsed and the tunnels filled with water. Their lungs were black, but now they're washed clean and full of water too, and swept through hidden tunnels into some awful cave we never will find, and so we guess the water buried them for us, so let this be here, the marker for their grave. Yeah, I read about that, the miners. If any son of a bitch from that power company wants to take back these helmets as company property, just you try and see what will happen. Yeah, the power company is like the devil in this game. Totally. Hey, Elkhorn. That's the mine we met in. Where your folks, worked. Looks like it's been a while. I sure as hell wouldn't mess with it. Think whoever wrote it is still that angry? I don't think you ever get angry like that. Nah, I guess you probably don't. This probably stirs up, I mean, how do you... people... The other miners made it, but it should have been the power company. It's their fault. Yeah, I see what you mean there. A memorial should be a kind of apology. Sorry we didn't do better by you. Thank you, Snuffy. I forgot to be putting my like southern twang on it. Or the game takes place in Kentucky. Oh, there's freaking the dudes. The freaking distillery worker guys. howdy. Oh my god, they did this do the boat wave? They did the boat wave. What? You're looking at me like I'm crazy. Just sometimes I forget I don't even really... Are you feeling okay? Sure. It doesn't hurt anymore, my leg. It's just kind of numb. Like it's not there. My shoulder too, actually. That's an old one, though, from an accident. I'm lucky I just had some nerve damage there. Probably should have been a lot worse. You know, those guys from the distillery are just making the best of a bad situation, just like the rest of us. Hey, one of them said to me earlier they could even help me take care of these medical bills for my leg, you know? Get it all together on a plan, consolidated. What? When did you talk to them about that? Oh, they're around. They're pretty much everywhere you look on this river. You really haven't noticed? Anyway, I have a feeling it'll all work out. Even this delivery? Yeah, we're almost there, right? Hell, at this point, I bet we could just take off the parking brake and that truck would roll into 5 Dogwood Drive by itself. Listen, that old truck I've been driving belonged to my boss, Ira, Lisette's husband. To be honest, Ira didn't like me very much. But somehow, Liz got into her mind that he would have wanted me to have that truck someday. Maybe to make up for all the yelling he did. Or maybe so his ghost could hold it over me. Just one more thing to feel like I owe him for. Anyway, they got their own trucks at the distillery, and now the antique shop is closing up. I've got no use for that old truck. I was thinking you could take it? Yeah, it did sound like a bad idea. That was like my second guess only. Sure, I could keep an eye on it for you until you get it straightened out. Sure, okay, sounds good. More distillery dudes. Ooh, sign. Visitors on the Echo River, slow-spotted bat, artificial hibernaculum and sanctuary. are asked to take special precautions in order to prevent the introduction of foreign fungal contaminants and the spread of white nose syndrome. Please do not visit the sanctuary during the same day in which you visited any cave known or suspected to host bats infected with white nose syndrome. Please do not leave your vehicle. If you must leave your vehicle, please remove shoes, clothes, jewelry, headwear, and eyeglasses to ensure you do not bring any foreign spores ashore with you. Oh, you're playing Below? How is it? I think A1, you started playing Below, didn't you? I knew it was waiting a while for it to come out. I got like mixed reviews, I think. Please not touch any bats or structures. The slow-spotted bat is confused by light. If you are using a lantern or other artificial light source, be aware that it may attract and confuse bats. If you are approached by bats, do not panic. Relax. Stop your vehicle and switch off your light. Never touch a bat. More distillery, guys. Bat fact. Ever talk with your mouth full? Bats do it all the time. Bats talk in extremely high-frequency clicks. Too high for humans to hear. Then they use their powerful ears to scan for the echoes of these ultrasonic clicks. By comparing very subtle differences in the time these echoes take to come back, differences of just millionths of a second, bats are able to picture their environment with enough accuracy to catch a flying insect. Once a bat has caught an insect in its mouth, it's still flying, and so it will still need to avoid running into anything. So bats keep clicking away, even while they munch on a tasty bug snack. It may be poor table manners, but it's crucial for surviving in the dark. I wonder how the other bats know whether one of them is really talking or just chasing a bug. I think when they're actually communicating, it sounds more like singing. I'd like to hear that. Oh, look at that A1 Voodoo. They released an Explore mode. Ooh. I know someone who may be getting below this weekend. Damn, it's really dark down here. Are you still there? Shannon touches Conway's shoulder. Oh, there you are. I hope that's you. I was thinking about Lisette. I actually think she'd like it down here. She's always like old things in empty places. I mean, places that are full of weird stuff, but they still feel empty, like the Wax Museum. Bat fact. The slow-spotted bat's natural diet mostly consists of moths and other small insects that breed along the river. Here at the artificial herbernaculum and sanctuary, we use a combination of chemical snares and ultrasonic wards to repel all potentially contaminant-bearing insects, and replace them with our own locally bred and spawned hypoallergenic antiseptic pseudomoths, which we call the little gray nothing moth. You may be thinking that the other moths and insects the slow-spotted bat would have been eating are very much relieved that their natural predator has found another food source. Not so. We've installed netting and highly effective moth traps along the river where the slow-spotted bat normally hunts to balance their escape from the food chain. The eating moths isn't the only systemic contribution these bats make. They also produce a potent fertilizer in the form of guano that helps plant life thrive along the Ecker River and the shore of Lake Leth. In order to minimize the sanctuary's impact on subterranean agriculture, we collect that precious guano here at the herbernaculum and manually distribute throughout the caves. It's a full-time job. Guano slinger. By the way, makeup used to have guano. Just saying. Make sure your makeup is vegan, because it might have bat poop in it. Although I don't think they put bat poop in makeup anymore. I think that was more like back in the day. But there's other shit in your makeup that you'd be like, ooh. Yes, a bunch of animal parts and carcasses. They eat fake moths? I wonder how the bats feel about their guano being taken like that. It's all fake except for the bats. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, literal shite. You know, I forget what the guano did in the makeup. I forget why. I don't remember the purpose of the guano in the makeup. I don't. Yeah, I guess so. Reminds me of that guy Donald and his crew down there with the computer. Hi, Spaceman. Molly, can you give a shout out to Drone? Drone streams are so super chill. I love it. It kind of bothers me. They're like tricking the bats. Yeah, in this case, I think it's about survival. I mean, that's the bottom line. What's the difference? Like the folks in the mine, you said they used to buy stuff. Fans, canaries, all those little trinkets to make it bearable. There's still a lot of stuff down there. It feels cluttered, but human. I just mean all the people need enough to pretend we're home. And we can make it anywhere. Sure, people can, but what about bats? Maybe we'll have to teach them. Hell, what am I saying? I don't know 100% more on the subject of bats now than I did when we came down here. And he died. I take it you're playing the non-exploratory mode, Dr. Phil. Is that a striped tree? Better hang on a minute. It feels like there's one kind of hovering over me right here. They don't really hover though, do they? I mean, how could they? I guess a lightning bug will hover by beating its wings really fast. Maybe they can do that too. I used to watch lightning bugs in the evening, out at the edge of the woods. Lisette's kid Charlie, he loved them, you know. He ended up going to college and studying astronomy, and I like to think he got his love for stars from those nights watching bugs. Anyway, me and Charlie sometimes would try to see one of them up close. You lay there in the grass, and you just have to be totally still for a while, like one of those wax sculptures. Don't even breathe, like this. Oh, you can't see me? I was doing the watching lightning bugs in the grass phase. Feels like we're talking on the phone or something. Hey, who were you talking to earlier when we met? In the mine? You're on the phone with someone? I forgot about that. My ex. Oh. Ooh. What's the ex's name? Oh, my playthrough was before that mode, so I don't want to start over. Oh. You're committed now. I know that feeling. I'm too far in to go back now. I'm not starting this all over again. I know, I hate that when you like something changes or mess up in a game, then you're like, oh my god, I'm not going back to the beginning and redoing all this. Is it Alejandra or Mark? Alejandra? Mark. Shannon, who would Shannon date? Shannon seems like an Alejandra, maybe. I know, the names could not be more opposite. In What We Do in the Shadows, the vampire series on I think it's FX, we watch it on Hulu. There's one vampire, her ex-lover keeps on getting reincarnated into these humans that get killed, and he had this really fancy name, and they were together hundreds of years ago, and he gets reincarnated into this like not that bright guy, and his name's Jeff, and the name is so normal she can't say it. She's like, yeah. Yuff. Okay, yes, yuff. Like, it's like ruining the whole like romance of like the reincarnation. Alright, let's pick Alejandra. We met in school and we're still pretty close. Oh, it's a woman. Oh, I was thinking it was like two dudes. Oh, they're asking us to decide if Shannon was straight or gay. Okay, well, okay, great. Or bi or whatever. I don't know. She could be anything. It's just we just pick someone. Oh, did you see that one, Drone? Do you watch that series? I freaking love it. I absolutely love that show. I'm a big, was it Taika Waititi? Taika Waititi? I'm a huge fan of his. I freaking love that show. I loved the movie, and then when I heard they were getting a series, I was like, yes! We met in school. We're still pretty close. I was just venting on the phone about my landlord situation. Oh dear. Oh, oh, okay. I was like, what is going on? She was very patient, but I could tell she had no idea what I was talking about. It gets harder and harder to reconnect. Yeah, no, that's true. I feel like we're on like a dark like Disney World like ride, right? Like we're just on the little boat going through like the it's a bad world after all. It's a bad world after all. Yeah, it actually would be really cool. They should do like the dark side of Disney, and it's all like really like cool, like spooky dark rides. Sign. White noise syndrome is still largely a mystery. We suspect that the white fungal growth which appears on bats' faces and wings irritates and confuses them, causing them to awaken early from hibernation and venture outside, depleting stored energy they need to survive through winter. But biologists are nowhere near curing the disease. It spreads quickly and it's highly fatal. In this way, white nose syndrome has drawn some comparisons to colony collapse disorder as suffered by bees. White nose syndrome and colony collapse disorder are sudden, violent, and mysterious. Will honey bees and the slow-spotted bat be two more lost species, wiped out in a geological blink and forgotten to natural history? It's possible that a cure won't be identified in time, so the sanctity of this artificial hibernaculum is our best hope of preserving them. Good night, No Use. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yes, we'll be in touch. Tomorrow's Thursday. Woo! See you tomorrow for some more drum bass. Hi, John. Are you feeling better? Like, how you doing? Did you listen to some CDs? Oh, those amazing speakers. As you leave the Echo River Slow Spotted Bat, Hibernaculum and Sanctuary, please make sure your vehicle and clothing are free of hitchhikers. Thank you, Molly. Yes, A1 will be on there tomorrow. And these like distillery guys like following us now. heck? Power lines? What the heck? Oh, wow. It's sort of weird when that happens, right? You like wake up, like usually when you're like going to sleep and stuff. Central Exchange. Called your mom? Then got dinner after midnight. Your schedule is all out of whack right now. How's your mom doing? Yeah, it's always weird. That's why like I would love to take a nap like when I get home from work. I'm always so exhausted. But like if I nap, yeah, I'll be up at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night and then it'll just be all weird. How they is she in the States? Careful up there, can't drive your new truck if you slip and break your legs. You too, try not to make any more bad deals while I'm gone. I'll just be floating along down here. I just mean keep your eyes open and don't look back. I didn't know he was gonna drop her off. Oh, well, that's good. A funny weird dream is good. Oh, she's in the UK too. Okay. I guess everyone's still, you guys are still in lockdown. Like us, I'm guessing. Yeah, is like any country or city open back up? Oh. Oh, look at the ceiling. That's pretty. Look at the green. Can be bypassed with their capacitor to 100 nanofarads to reduce noise. If your circuit's too noisy, you should tie those floating pins to ground. Huh? That's a pretty good idea. They're probably picking up all kinds of radio interference. Dashiell Morse. Pleased to meet you. Dashiell Morse? This place looks familiar? I don't think I've been here before. Whoa, what I missed. We don't install this type of phone for customers anymore, but there are quite a few of them still in circulation. Anyway, the new system doesn't source enough current to ring these old bells, so I'm trying to come up with a workaround. Maybe a little box the customer could attach right before the wall jack. I'm a bit of a circuit geek myself. I bet. I mean, you seem very comfortable with electronics. Is this your first time down here? Yeah, I can tell. Your eyes can't quite adjust to the light. It takes some practice. Believe it or not, I've been coming here since I was a kid for one reason or the next. Back then, this place was a train station. It's true. They had bats then, too, so they were considered a nuisance. Train station? What happened to it? Well, the river shifted and this place slowly filled with water, carrying the trains away with the current. It does that, the river. I don't begrudge it. It's a good reminder that everything we have is borrowed, even trains. Hey, Nos. Welcome back. We're in a flooded train station underground right now. Eventually, someone at the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces heard this place was still empty, so they moved the phone company in here. I returned here as a young lineman. A skill I picked up in wartime, running telephone wires behind enemy lines. We used trees instead of poles. I miss that, actually. They were easier to climb. It's just, well, I'm in no shape to be climbing anything these days. The closest I get to patching up wiring the crystal room for the WEVP folks. WEVP, that's community television. I volunteered there for a number of years. I know everybody over there. Ralph, Sherry, Weaver, Dave. Weaver Marquez. Sure, Weaver Marquez. That's funny. I was just thinking about her. Yeah, I met her a couple times at the TV station. I suppose I don't know her too well. She handled the archives, and I was helping with wiring and stuff. She really seemed to know her way around all that gear, though. She had a head for signals, I think. No idea where she ended up. I would guess she's probably not too popular around the station anymore, but I always liked her. Listen, miss, if you're interested in WEVP, you should go talk to them directly. They're always looking for volunteers. Take the ferry over to the silo. There's a mail stop there. They don't have a sign or anything, just ask around. I guess I'll get back to this damn old ringer. Poppy's just a little further down if you're dropping off that package. Nice chatting with you. Brara's trains. Yeah, they released it in acts. There's 5 acts. Yeah, they had little like extra interludes with the game, like mini games, phone calls, like story bits. Keep on waiting to see if like something's gonna glow, but I don't see anything. Okay. Plaque. Abel and Eloise, the lovers' couriers. Bred for racing, Abel and Eloise spent most of their lives as carrier pigeons in the employ of the Echo River Avian Post. They retired here after Abel was disfigured in an accident with a light aircraft. But old habits were hard to die. Abel and Eloise would pick up scraps of paper from the ground, the trash, even pull them out of pockets, and deliver them to people nearby, to delight or embarrassment. Word spread, and travelers passing through this town began to come prepared with love letters, poems, and other written desires to pass along indirectly through these pigeons. After a hard day's work, Abel and Eloise would always be found nestled closely together in a disused newspaper stand set aside for their habitation, and that's where we left them. Oh, that's what that is. Yeah, look at it. It's like a monument to like the two pigeons right here. Ooh, I want some pigeon columns in my house. Poppy. Yeah, soundtrack's amazing. I have the soundtrack on digital. Just that right over there by the lamp, sweetie. Thanks. Actually, just a minute. Who does that parcel claim to be from? Ooh, is there a label or no label on it? Ooh. I don't want to be carrying a package of a Consolidated Power Company. Laszlo Electronics? That's weird. There's no label on it. Who is it from? I'm gonna say there's no label. The bottom left? Right here? These are all you guys. It's a gift sub, follower, hosting. Is that what you're talking about, Nos? Yeah, or is it be right? That guy right there, yeah. Yeah. Shannon, let's see it. That's weird. That's weird. There's no label on it. Well, if we're lucky, it's chocolates from a secret admirer, and not a snake from an assassin. So who are you? Do you work at the post office or a tugboat? I only ask because I haven't seen you before. Was that you heard chatting down the hall? Yeah, I just met Dashel. Oh, he's been working on that obsolete ringer, hasn't he? Poor Dashel. You know, he's not really... He was let go a while back, a long while actually, when they started restructuring. He was one of the first to go. But he talked him into letting him come every day and fiddling with some interminable project. He says he likes to keep a long gap from growing his resume, but I think he just has nothing better to do. One of those old men who needs to work, you know? Doesn't know how to be any other way. Well, there are no real jobs here, but there are fake jobs, I guess. It wasn't always like this, and I came to work at the Echo River Central Exchange. There were 12 of us. Loretta, Edna, Meg, Kara, Marie, Lois, Liz, Hester, Angie, Wilma, and Connie. I was number 12. Connie and I were hired on the same day. She showed up early. Marie finished college, and Hester was fired for snapping at a rude caller, but he had it coming. And I hear she did just fine on her own, so they hired Beryl, Jana, and Sachiko, which brought us up to 13. And that was as many operators as we ever had here at one time. This has sounded like a math equation. Yeah, so Nasa, I was saying, like, the game, it's a different experience when you're playing by yourself, because obviously you can just, like, When you're on your own, you can skim it. So I'm taking the time to like fully read it. Thanks, Molly. I'm running. There's like so many characters in here. I like run out of voices. The power company came along, buying up all the lines, and one day they took the exchange as a throw-in, like it was nothing, and they just started phasing us out. Edna, Meg, Kara, and Lois left one Friday evening, and rest not to come back on Monday morning. Beryl saw the writing on the wall and quickly found employment at a private PBX. They had Janet and Liz stop routing calls and write some kind of best practices document instead. It was our final task as exchange employees. Some of the girls were reassigned other divisions. Connie, I think, was checking residential meters. Sachiko and Wilma were moved into energy sales, cold calling businesses to see if they needed to upgrade their electricity plan. At least they were still on the phone. Then it was just Loretta, Angie, and me. We were swamped. The hours were hell and hard on the throat. The voice with a smile became a croak, and I was gargling warm salt water in the break room, sipping from a thermos full of hot honey broth stashed under my chair. Oh, I brought a lot of extended technique to the switchboard in those days. Telephone, pick it up. Yeah, Joga, like, this was like my relaxation after a day's work. I would just put this game on and like totally zone out. Poppy. Sounded pretty good to me. He's got the voltage too high. He'll burn out the relay. So where was I? Oh yeah, extended switchboard technique? It was all about timing your breath. Some girls got lightheaded doing too many calls in a row, with that upbeat dynamic inflection that made us use to keep everything intelligible. It was very physical. So after a few months, it was just me. A new automation strategy was announced, and this place was recursing. Consolidated auxiliary switch number 30. If it's automated, what do you do here? It's not fully automated. There are still gaps in functionality that need a human touch. And you know, it really is all about touch here. Sound is a vibration, a touch you feel in your ear. So my voice is my touch. When we're talking, we're touching. An intimate, even on the phone. That's an electric touch. An intimate little shock that makes your tiny hairs tremble. But that's not even what I mean. When I say it's all about touch here, when the power company first tried automating this old exchange with fancy new transistor arrays, the switchboard caught fire. It was just too much, too fast. So they tried using some clunky old mechanical relays. But the calls were getting mismatched and out of sync. It was a nightmare. Their technicians determined that the phone system down here had been designed ad hoc over decades, around the specific tempo of its human operators. So short of replacing the whole thing, not to mention all the wiring, they'd have to go work out the exact timing of every little human gesture that goes in around a phone call. And that officially is my role here. I run the switchboard for the whole exchange. Once the work of 12. I'd like to remind you, they have some kind of machine somewhere that tracks how long it takes me to do each little thing. The caller never hears my voice now. They dial. My little indicator light switch on and I make the connection. Aw, thank you so much, Alzheimer. Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a very good sleep. I hope you have a good rest. I'm going to be wrapping it up here. I want to see if I could finish this act. If we can get through this act, I'll see after this scene in the train station, I'll see where we are at. Do you miss talking to callers? You know, there's something that bothers me about the process, besides the fact that I'm training my replacement who isn't human. Here's what I mean. How long do you think it should take to time my every move and recreate that time in an automated switchboard rough estimate? At least a month? That's what I said. But this has been going on over a year, and a very dark thought has started to nag at me. What if there is no cheap machine that's going to replace me? What if it's cheaper just to keep me here, filling in for the rhythm of the operators? What if I'm the cheap machine? Why don't you just quit? In this economy? No, you're probably right. Working in silence for peanut shells, waiting to be replaced by a robot. Doesn't sound very dignified, does it? The reality is that I've been working here my whole adult life. I came here as a girl, and I'll leave as a middle-aged woman. I don't know if I'm ready to be her yet. I sound like Dashiell. Oh, the parcel. Right over there by the lamp is fine. Thanks for dropping that off. Take care. Think of me when you dial 0. Is she like the switchboard operator for hell? Like, what is going on? Oh shit balls. Where's Conway? What's going on? What's happening, Molly? Oh my god. She returned on the dinghy, alone. She had a strong and sudden urge to shut the motor off and let the current take her, but she couldn't work out where that impulse came from, so she did her best to resist it. That's a lot of people. Let's pick them up with the dog. She met a guitar player pedaling a floating bicycle with his dog in tow. He said they took turns, the water was cold, and the floating bicycle, while technically marvelous, wasn't quite buoyant enough for the both of them. Swimming is hard work, the hardest work that that dog had ever done, he expected. They'd be traveling this way for most of the night, struggling through the icy water, stopping to recover when they could find a rock large enough to start a small campfire. He had his belongings stuffed into a weathered guitar case at the end of a thin rope. It floated pretty well, so he only had to keep an eye on it occasionally, free it from a rock or some driftwood it was caught on. She invited him to ride a ways on the dinghy. He appreciated the offer, but they weren't in a hurry. She met a family of 5 on a flat-bottomed skiff. The boat was loaded to capacity with black plastic bags and a few larger pieces of furniture wrapped in a blue tarp. 3 paddled, the 2 adults and the older child. The 2 younger children slept. They'd been traveling all night, first by car, and then for the last few hours by boat. Hungry and tired, they didn't plan to stop until they reached West Virginia, where a relative had offered to take them in. Shit, you're right. Where's Blue? Where's Blue? Blue's in the freaking tunnel. Maybe Blue's in the boat. Oh no. But the adults were happy to take a break from paddling in weary silence. They asked her about her river journey. She said she was on the way to Sam and Ida's. They'd brought some food. The kids had picked the garden clean early in the day, so they'd been snacking on fresh bell peppers and tomatoes, and some crackers, rationed carefully for the trip. Yeah, I do too, babe. I don't know where Blue is. They wished her well and paddled on toward West Virginia. She met a flower salesman on a raft that floated alongside in buoyant pots. Bobbing untethered, he corralled them with a long pole and a stream of small adjustments. She made small talk. He was alert and easygoing. His day was just beginning. He used to work at the sweater shop, but it closed down. When he wasn't selling flowers, he'd hang out by the highway and listen to the sounds the cars made, study them carefully, and then learn to reproduce them with his own voice. He was working on a record. He drifted away with the current, pushing his flowers along the raft. She gave in, shut off the motor, and floated for a while. Then she knew what she'd been craving, a moment of silence. Just in time, we're already finished eating, but we're about to place a to-go order for Clara. She's back on board, getting ready for her show. Take a look at the menu, I'm sure there's something you'll like. Eda's a bit of a local celebrity, for her cooking, I mean. Hey, Asura was just asking about you. He's around the corner playing a video game. Maybe go let him know you two are back, or where's the old man anyway? Peter! Shh. Hi, Peter. Oh, bad luck. You'll get it next time. Hey, got a quarter? He's almost got this. It's true. Sure, I have 1 quarter. Thank you. So, where's... They took him. Damn. Yeah, he really got himself in a situation there. You swear... Have we been here before? I don't remember. It's been too long. Peter, how are you and the missus doing tonight, by the way? Yeah, I'm gonna go sit down. Cool. The food is good here. I think everyone else is finishing up, but you could probably get something to go. Alright, Clawmeister, let's give it another shot. So, let's see what's on the top of that pile here. There's a stuffed octopus, a plastic bag full of clamshells, a cowboy hat, and some big headphones. That octopus has a leg wrapped around the boombox underneath it. The shells are pretty clear, but I don't know if the claw can really grip the bag well. The cowboy hat's in the corner, so it's kind of tricky to tell if it's wedged in or not. Those headphones might be a good bet, but I can't see the cord. Could be wrapped around something. What are you gonna try for? Ooh, what should he go for? We gotta go for the headphones, duh. Come on now. I'll try to get the headphones. Good call. I think that's our best bet. Okay, I'm gonna put this quarter and you'll have about 8 seconds to grab your prize. The headphones are on the right, pretty close to the middle. Let me know if you'd help line it up. I've got a slightly different view of the field from up here. Ready? Here we go. The claw hovers in the front left corner of the machine. Oh wait, where do you say it was? I've got slightly... Headphones are up on the right. Push the joystick up. The claw hovers halfway along the left wall of the machine. Ezra pushes the joystick right. We're both confused by the other chat box on the left side. So what that's for, Pete, when I post, when the VOD is available and on YouTube, you can still see what's going on in the chat. Chat doesn't, I don't think they put the live chat anymore on the VODs or something with that change. So if you're rewatching the video after it's done, you won't be able to see what's going on in chat. So I put a chat box window up there for the video. In the center, we still need to go to the right. Covers halfway along the right. Now we gotta go up. It was the upper right. The claw hovers in the back right corner. Yes, that's where we want, right? Does this look right? You need to pull a little closer. So, claw hovers the back right. Close the joystick down. So, some people put the chat windows up there, some don't. Oh, we only got 2 seconds left. Let's just go for it. Let's push the button. The claw's grab seems unusually weak on this round, and the headphones tumble back up before they can replete. Those claws are never strong. They're made of like rubber bands. Oh, you were robbed. I guess the house always wins, except on Tuesdays. A friend of ours always said that. I never really knew what he meant. Oh well. Hey, listen, it sounds like that old man you were following around, I guess he had to leave. I should go with him. Oh, no, that's not a good idea. It's not a place for kids where he's headed. Anyway, I don't know what kind of plans you have now, but if you need help figuring out your next move, you can always talk to me, Miss Junebug. I just want to make sure you know that. I'll meet up, but yeah, oh, Julian, that's the bird. That's right. Yeah, I was totally rigged, Molly. Those claw games are always rigged. Oh, yeah, he's your brother, you said, right? Wait, the bird is his brother? Hey, maybe we still have time to poke around this place a little. They have some pretty wild stuff in here. They still haven't said why Junebug and Johnny sound like robots, but they're not skeletons. Hey, did you see this? They keep a table full of fake food over here. I never know why. Actually, I think it might be real food, coated with shellac or something? Preserved? Oh, and look, this tentacle-looking thing is half-eaten. This is someone's meal they didn't finish? Tentacle, gross. Man, I don't know, some people really like that stuff. I had some fried calamari once at a gas station. It was pretty good. But I stripped a gear trying to chew the beak. They're supposed to take that out. If Sam and Ida preserved this half-eaten meal, it must have been pretty important to them, right? Maybe it belonged to someone they care about, like a beloved uncle had a mid-meal stroke, so they kept it in his memory? Ooh, here's a clue about Ezra. Oh man, too much social media chaos. Feels like a bunch of people drank Kool-Aid simultaneously today. Aw, Pete. Man, something's in the air. I had another friend of mine. She's like, work was driving me bonkers today. Oh man. Yeah, the social media thing. Oof. Weird labyrinth that is. Indeed. Yeah, like the sunflower seeds my folks left behind. Maybe sunflower seeds I threw it away. Yeah, like these sunflower seeds my folks left behind. Oh, I'm sure your folks are fine, though. Are you worried about them? Yes, it's weird they just disappeared. Now they're gone. There's nothing weird about it. Just miss them. Yes, it's weird they just disappeared. Yeah, listen, that's okay to be worried. You're doing fine. Weird. Somebody thought it was his truck and delivery and all. It was. That's what she's saying. But he gave it to her before they took him away. Bet you're going to deliver it anyway. But you're going to deliver it anyway. Why? Somebody's waiting for those antiques. Have you got a name or just an address? Oh, have you got a name or just an address? Maybe it doesn't matter. Even having discharged all that whatever it is on the lawn, I'm sure you'd still have fulfilled your friend's obligation. Johnny and I will help you unload when we get there. Lift with your legs, Cricket. Yes, ma'am. What are you linking to, A1? What's going on here? Thank you, but no. Classic. What's this one? Do not want. I think I like that one. Do not want. Love it. So how is everything? How is the sweet cave snail? Devastating. You're a killer, Ida. Well, I can't take all the credit. Sam came across a whole cave snail colony down there about a year back, and we've been leaving rock candy for them to gorge on since. We just started harvesting earlier this month. Yeah, it's all about patience down here. Everything grows more slowly in the dark. There's a fish in Lake Let that lives to 200 years, and its flavor profile only develops at about 75. I've got a pot of bones in there that's been stewing for at least a week. I don't remember why I put them on. Come to think of it, I don't remember what kind of bones they are. Oh, we need one for the road. Claire said she wanted, something primordial, she said? What does that mean? I think she meant something from very deep in the lake. Ah, that could be. Here, you pick. I'm no good at this. How about... I gotta turn the page just to see what else I got. Alright, guys, we have a poached squid, beef and squid gumbo, cedar plank cave fish with herb red pepper crust and butter sauce. Oh, how about grilled barnacle wrap, basic steamed mussels, blind blind salamander, and broccoli fritters with banana sauce. I gotta keep going. I just smoked crayfish spread with New York toast, mollusk log, crabs with pickled shallot, mignonette sauce, mignonette sauce, mollusk log. Hey, you hear that, drone? Yeah. I don't know, guys. Want some mollusk log, or should we turn the page? Down with my water. You don't see it yet. It's not on screen yet. What is that hand? What? 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 Oh. It's the IRL mod hand. Yeah, okay, let's do one more page. There could be like a lot of these, like the drink menu. Remember the drink menu kept on going on forever? Balsamic spinach, blind prawn and cauliflower cake with Cajun remoulade, old shrimp with rice and squid. Okay, I'm gonna take the $1 bob here, and I'm gonna go with balsamic spinach. I need to recalibrate your depth perception. Good choice. Your friend will love it. I'll have that right out, sweetie. Okay, so after this meal, whether or not we're done with the act, I'm gonna wrap it up. Ezra leans over the table and carefully examines the preserved food and drink. He prods the having tentacle. He gently compresses a pea-sized eyeball in a plate. He runs his finger. I think they're interested about that having tentacle. The tentacle is solid and fixed in place. We used to steam those, juicy, but I prefer them smoked now. Sorry I stalled you, sweetie. Whose food is this? This is the driver's table, and this was the driver's meal. This food's about 15 years old, it's true. Things were different then. Nobody came to eat here. We were fighting just to keep the lights on. Sam, my husband. Sam was depressed. He couldn't catch anything. That was part of the problem. Most of it was served was shipped and frozen or dried, and I just threw it in the fryer. We've both come a long way since then. Well, 2 young men came in for dinner. Seasoned drivers, they said. Over 10,000 hours between them on Lake Leith alone, and they'd been out all day salvaging parts for a riverboat wreck, and had worked up a fierce hunger. They said they ordered the whole menu, without even looking. It was a short menu in those days. I sat them right here, and went back to the kitchen. Sam was at the next table doing a Sudoku, and drinking malt liquor. Malt liquor, ooh! Ooh, Pete, yeah, both of us actually did. It was, I didn't know if A1 had done like a recap with you about it. It was very interesting. I'm looking for the one tomorrow too. The one lady talking, she's like, I probably shouldn't say this, but I have to. Feel free to email me. Well, we didn't get her email, but I think maybe the people tomorrow. An hour later, I was cleaning up when Sam came busting in the kitchen. Ida, he said, kind of frantic, these drivers are still hungry. Bring them another course. And I said they already ordered the whole menu. Sam said, make something new. Keep making up dishes, whatever. Just keep bringing out food. Oh, yeah, you're going to be doing Oh, I didn't think about that. You're doing your stream when that one is on. Okay. Okay, I'll have to record that one for you then. Yeah, so, sorry guys, we're having a side conversation. It was about Twitch though. It was good to hear Twitch is like really focusing on like music streams now. They're really pushing the whole like more than gaming aspect on Twitch, which is pretty cool. So I did in the small and so I did until the small hours of the morning. I made up so many new dishes that night I could wrote a book. It was good, inspired. But I was working so hot and fast at the burning edge of inspiration I didn't think to write any of it down. And I was so wrecked with exhaustion the next day I knew I couldn't remember what I had done in the kitchen. Sam thought we could take a photograph of the leftovers, but we couldn't get the lighting right, so we just shellacked the whole table. Now when I need inspiration for the menu, I come and look here and think about all those ingenious dishes I threw together for those drivers. Of course I didn't pay their full bill. I had one of them complaining to the other. Let's just pay half and let him charge the other half to whatever demon in the kitchen kept making up food faster than we could ask for it. But it all worked out. Things have really turned around since then. This place is actually pretty popular now. The success in our expanded menu inspired Sam too. He started bringing back the most magnificent ingredients from his nightly dives. I'd better get to work. Stay right here, sweetie. I'll bring you out a treat on my way back out. Ooh, Pete. Oh my god, Pete. Oh, is that one like recorded? That's yeah, 'cause I did ask that question in the webinar yesterday. Um, but she was like, she couldn't really get into it. She's like, there's individual contracts or companies I can't talk about, and blah 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 blah. So they couldn't really like address it. But yeah, I'm curious about that. Oh yeah, yeah. Is there a recording of that one? Was it the same people? The same company that did it? Well, buddy, I guess you're the catch of the day. The one and only. So what are you? You look like, well, some kind of eel, I guess? Kind of mopey little guy, huh? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. You smell like kind of dusty, dry. Where the hell have you been swimming? Skin feels like sandpaper, huh? Well, she'll figure something out. I think I'll call you Grit Eel. Welcome to Salmonitis, the one and only Grit Eel. I hope you enjoy your stay. I mean, not too much. Oh, different organization. Okay. With read speed? Oh man, that would've been good. Oh, Peter. Oh, thank you so much. That'd be awesome. Have you ever seen a creature like me before? You're pretty far down there. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm the first, except there were 2 divers who went before me long ago. Maybe that was before your time. How old are you anyway, I wonder? They ate here once back in the bad old days. 2 young guys, could have been brothers maybe. I was over in the corner with my coffee and crosswood. I hadn't been able to catch a thing, so I just fried up something frozen. Well, these guys were hungry enough to eat it and asked for more, and they did at least as much talking as eating. See, like I said, they were divers, and like I said, they might have been brothers. They had a kind of rivalry going between them or something. I was about to write up their check, but I slipped calmly and quietly in the kitchen for a minute and told her to just keep bringing out food. I figured they wouldn't notice, caught up in their boasting as they were, and I wanted to listen. They went back and forth for hours about all the deep and dangerous dives they'd been on, new tunnels they discovered, all the weird creatures they'd encountered, and the weirdest depths of Lake Leth. It was like a dance, no, like a boxing match. Each story went deeper than the last. And I listened to every word of it, memorized every description of every tunnel and diving route they discovered. That's my map now, you see. For 15 years, I've been using routes those 2 divers discussed right there at that table. Yeah, I can write a guidebook to the depths of this lake, but I don't dare. Someone would steal my good diving spots. And then where would we be? See, people come here from all over just to try our daily catch, because they know it's unique. Ain't you proud? Since I can't write any of it down, I just preserve that table where they had their meals so I can look at it and jog my memory. Like they were eating pickled crab when they talked about that shipwreck full of salamanders. Pretty clever, huh? It's my own secret code. Well, I'll be straight with you, Great Eel. There is one feature of this arrangement that I find unsettling. In fact, I lose a decent amount of sleep over it. I told you those boys were competing, right? Oh no, Peter. So what you're doing is like perfectly and totally acceptable and encouraged. Especially like when I'm doing streams that are sort of what's the word? It's okay for you like it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Chat can like totally like be going off about like whatever. It's awesome. It's like being at a gig and like the DJ is up and performing, but like the whole bar is there and people are having conversations and they're at their tables, they're at the bar and blah 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 blah. So you are totally good to go. In fact, chat actually, Twitch gives us stats on our chat engagement. Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that, but they're not just looking at like how many viewers are watching, how many hosts you have, how many raids you have. They're also looking at how much people are chatting in your room and how many unique chatters you have. So I'm like, yeah, chat it out, go for it. I told you those boys were competing, right? One upping each other. I mean, each getting wilder and more adventurous as they traded tales. Well, I navigate mostly in the dark down there, just going by touch and a kind of mental picture I can construct from their detailed boast. And every time I explore a new diving spot from those recollections, I have to weigh it all against the risk that I'm headed right into a dangerous falsehood. One of those men could have felt for a moment like he was losing some ground in a little duel, so he could have slipped a fake one in there. Maybe told a fib about some dive he went on and found a colony of blind shrimp living in a discarded refrigerator. And when I get down there, my diving bell cracks open at a sharp rock where he said that fridge would be. And that's the end of Sam of Salmonitis. To be honest, that possibly puts the fear of death in me every time I touch the water. Hey Sam, good haul tonight? We'll see what she can make of it. Yeah, pretty good I think. Hit some trouble down by the narrow tunnel. Some kind of fast-growing freshwater barnacles just about sealed it up. I picked away for half an hour before I gave up and went around the other way. But I got the catch of the day. That's the important part. That's what people travel for. Oh, Drone, yes. Rachel did the animal of the day. I do, I do the animal of the week and the like sort of science educational part at the beginning, and then we get into the game. So as soon as the stream is done, you can watch the beginning and see it. Yes, we learned about the pika. Pikas are real, and they're super adorable. When I go to the closing screen soon, cause hello and welcome to the collective, Dorel. The AIs will have you entered into the database in less than 60 seconds. Hang tight. Yeah, when I go back to the closing screen, which is like I'm waiting for them to finish at this restaurant so I can wrap it up, and I'll pull up a picture of them for you. Should we do a Pika sound alert? But Molly, I'd have to like disable that every time I do like my ambient stream. It'd be too loud. Are there a lot of fish in this lake? It seems so quiet. Yeah, there's a fish or two, not too many. It's not like a surface lake where you've got sunlight propping up the food chain. Life down here grows slowly, patiently, and quietly. We stay for a drink. I've got a dark rum that goes well with coffee. I think we're about to leave, but thanks. Just passing through. Hey, aren't we all? Oh, she got your food ready. Y'all enjoy your meal, alright? Oh, hey, Dorel. Am I saying your name right? Dorel? Yes. Stats.
This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. My treasures and my hopes are placed beyond the blue. Many friends and kin have gone on before, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. not my home. Oh Lord, what will I do? Angels beckon me to heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. I have a loving mother up in glory land, and I don't expect to stop until I shake her hand. She's waiting now for me in heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
Oh my god, the Stormbringers.
Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, oh Lord, what will I do? Angels beckon me to heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
Yeah, so this soundtrack is huge in this game. They'll have like interludes where they just like play stuff. It's amazing. So still so upset I missed that limited edition vinyl. It was in my cart, Molly. It was in my freaking cart, and I forgot to check out. And it was gone the next day. Sold out. I forget if we did either. Did we do? I think we did for that stream. But then, oh yeah, did you guys see it? I did some hexes. I traveled to Orion's Belt and got some temporary ink done. Turns to a tugboat. I'm hungry. I want my midnight snack. Okay. Oh, it's not over yet. Like, I'm trying so badly to finish this act so we can start on 5 next time. See that? Just looks like a swirly mess of garbage, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is. I don't know why trash seems to collect right there of all spots in the lake. It's always been that way. Graham just navigates around it like it was an island or something. If you look closely, you can see some wood scraps from an old canoe rental shop. Gemini Canoe and Firewood. This was run by twin sisters, Cassie and Paula, I think. This was years ago. They used to rent out canoes to tourists, campers, pilgrims, folks like that. They must have some kind of deal with the distillery. You'd always see a couple of hard times boys posted up on the dock, peddling small bottles to our customers. Cassie and Paula worked those old canoes to death, wrung every penny out of them. They'd only take one out of commission when it was truly, demonstrably dangerous. And you couldn't get a refund unless your boat was visibly taking on water. The side business in Firewood was a stroke of minor genius. Yeah, this cluttered place makes a decent local museum. It's as good a history as I can ever tell. We arrived at a small houseboat neighborhood that sometimes hosted concerts for the pleasure of its residents, where Claire was scheduled that night to perform. I brought the storms. What did you post, A1? I have made fire! Oh my god. And so staying on the tugboat, watch let's help her with the performance. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if I should exit scene. Oh God, scene 10. Oh, we're so close. Okay, I'm gonna have to wrap it up through here. I'm gonna have to wrap it up. It's getting close to midnight. I can't I can't do another like long scene here. Okay. So when we come back to the game, it will be. Oh, whoops. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? Did I just close it? What happened? Yeah, it's gone. Okay. Because you can't like it's the saving points are weird, so I don't want to like get halfway into a scene and then have to come back and like redo it all. So we're at the very start of scene 10, act 4. And when I say Molly, probably about like 2 or 3 more weeks till we're gonna get through it, but almost close. It's probably short. I'm not gonna get sucked into it. Got it. I gotta get some food and then some sleep. All right, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let's go back to the ship. Let's go back to the bridge. Hi, DJ. Molly, can you give him a shout out? Hello. Oh yeah, you can see my my Belt of Orion temporary tattoo is better now. Hey, what's up? We are actually just finishing up. You caught us at the end. Oh yeah, so drone, check out this picture. Oh, did I update it? Hold on. Oh, I did update it. Look at them, aren't they adorable? I know, I'm so sorry. And I even streamed like a little bit like later tonight too. We were trying to get through some more of the game. But I leave my VODs up. I make my VODs available to everyone, not just subscribers. So my VODs will be up for 2 weeks, and then I post over on YouTube. So it is almost midnight for me on a school night. So yeah, I need to make sure I get some rest for work tomorrow. YouTube. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe on my YouTube. I'm trying to build up my followers over there. And I have not just my content, but also the DJing content, and that's where we're also going to be posting all of the bus renovation videos. I have years of footage, literally years of footage. Oh my gosh, I'm seriously considering going on Fiverr and like finding someone that can just like take the raw data and put it together. I just don't know if I have the time. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so yes, like video editing. I'm a beginner in Resolve, and I'm sure I could put together some stuff, but it comes down to time. You know, time and money. Like, is it worth it for me to spend X amount of money to have someone take care of it, or X amount of hours for me to do it myself, you know? Like, it's in that realm right now. If they have like samples of their work or something, feel free to send me like a demo reel or like stuff they've done. Cause yeah, I'm like, oh, I have this footage I want to do this video on, and this footage I want to do this video on. I'm like, can never find time to do it. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'd be interested. Just open up a conversation. Taking a look at her work, discussing rates and everything. Not saying anything is going to happen or come of it, but I'm totally new to this process. I've never posted, we're familiar with like the live part, but I'm not familiar with like the not live videos, like editing and all that stuff. Like, it's totally new to us. Okay guys, so we learned about the pika, not pronounced pika. Pronounced pika. I know pika is more fun to say, but they're pika. They're pika. Hello. And there's less than 1,000 of them in the world. They're going endangered. Save the planet. Save the pika. Yes, there's actually a podcast where if you are a uber pika fan, you will learn a lot about them. Ironically, they say it incorrectly in the podcast, and they even called themselves out. They're like, yeah, sorry, so we were totally mispronouncing it the whole time in our podcast, but, you know, there's nothing we can do about that now, so it's pronounced Pika. And we learned how to wash your hair in space. Yay. I know, I didn't realize my headphones were going to cover my hair. These cute little, like, bun things up. I know, my giant ass headphones covered it up. Who or what? Where are they? Where's what? Oh, and thank you to Dr. Phil for the gift subs. Check that out. We made the sub goal. We did the sub goal. I thought I had a little bit more time to come up with a reward for that. And Phil just like blew it out of the water. So I'll talk to you guys on Discord. If you haven't joined my Discord yet, hop into the Discord and over the next like week or so, we'll brainstorm some ideas of what we can do for the 25 sub award. I used to have a bunch of sub awards up on my stream last year, but I forgot. Oh, the Pika. They're originally from Yili Prefecture in China, and they're mountainous creatures, but there's also an American species of them. So there's the American Pika. They live up in very, very northern mountain ranges. They're the rock critters. And there used to be some in Lake Tahoe, but they believe they've gone extinct, that subspecies, because they haven't been seen for many years. But there still are some in America, in northern altitudes, and also in China. But they are endangered, and people think there's only about less than 1,000 of them left on the planet. And they're so cute. Yes, and that is where they live. They live on the mountains. I would totally play the video for you again, but how long was the video? Should I play the video again? Should I do that so you can hear the Pika cry and David Attenborough? Should we do an encore rewind? Should we pull up the rewind on the Pika video? I mean, David Attenborough and Pika screams. What could be better? There you go, Molly. Rewind. All right, I gotta go to the Rachel scene because that's where that video is at. Hold on. I'm not gonna turn on Rachel's voice though. I don't know if she's still on. Hold on. Okay, so Rachel is still there. She's gonna have my voice, but oh, let me start that over again. Nope, wrong one. Okay. There we go. Okay, here we go. The rewind of Pika. Oh, we love it though. We're doing it. It's a short video. It's only like 2 or 3 minutes long. Gotta do it. It's my channel. I can do what I want.
A Pika. A member of a small community that lives among the tumbled boulders bordering a mountain meadow where they all feed.
Steve.
That's
Steve.
a warning call telling other pikers that this patch is now taken.
Alan.
Pikers start their foraging early in the morning. They eat all parts of a plant, not just leaves, but the flowers as well. But grazing out in the open is dangerous. There are eagles around, so the pikers never stray very far from the safety of the rocks. There may seem to be plenty of food now, but before long there'll be the first flurries of snow, the flowers will die back, and winter will be upon us. What happens then when little is growing? Well, watch what happens to these if I leave them just there.
So cute. Oh my god.
It's not eating my flowers, at least not yet. It's stacking them in a special larder, creating a store that will last it through the hard days to come when this valley will be covered in snow. It'll need a
The
stack
lumberjacks
several
of the
feet
mountains.
thick if it's to survive the winter. The strange thing is that many of these leaves are extremely poisonous. So why does the piker collect them? Well, the poison acts as a natural preservative, and the leaves remain fresh until midwinter. So in the end, the poison works to the piker's advantage. But the piker's preparations are more subtle than they might seem. It takes care to collect a variety of plants. Those with only a little poison will become edible quite quickly, whereas those with a lot will remain fresh until almost the end of winter. Each little piker may make several hundred trips a day, literally making hay while the sun shines.
There we go. I gotta put Kappa on the other screen. We have Pika Pika Pika! Pika Pika! Yeah, no, it's weird. My headset today, for no reason, was just like randomly shutting itself off. And it's fully charged. I had it charged up before I started streaming, and like every now and then it would just be like, it would just shut off. I don't know. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for hanging out. We are getting close towards the end of Kentucky Route Zero. Seeing how long these last few chapters are, I definitely feel like the chapters towards the end are longer than the chapters in the beginning. So maybe I need to readjust and say it might be like another 3-4 weeks until we're done with it. I'm planning to play Ori next. I'm either gonna do Ori or maybe play like another small indie one. I'm not sure. But let me set up a raid. I'm gonna raid into Salvo. I raided into him a couple times before. He has some really cool synth music. I always forget how to write his name. I always forget how to spell it. It's Salvonian? Salvonian. 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 I'll just keep saying it a zillion times. It's turned into auditory ASMR with names. Salvonian, 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 Okay, I forgot an N. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. Yeah, if you are not familiar with the modular synth world, it's pretty cool. I mean, there's a whole group and community of synth modular synth guys here on Twitch, and Salvo is one of them, and he does really great music and ambient stuff. So we're gonna go see what he has going on tonight. Oh, I probably should check to see what he is doing. I don't think he's a variety streamer. I think he pretty much always has synths going on. Yeah, Mr. Basic Sound. Yes. The golden shrimps. Golden scramps. The golden scrimp on my oral. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by again. Thank you, Peter and Dorel. Dorel, yes. Is that it? Did I remember that correctly? Darrell, Peter, Mystic Basic Sound, DJ Dipolo? How do I pronounce that? And A1 Voodoo. A1 Voodoo is on tomorrow doing his drum and bass stream. Oh my god, the raid's gonna happen. Okay, alright. I love you guys. Okay. Bye. Sunset signing off.